Hi, my name is Chelsea. What's your favorite dinner food? Hello everyone, hello friends! You smell so good today. I've been trying to find some weird ways to start my videos, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep that one. But it's so wonderful to have you guys here today, and I am here, you're guessing on the video, we're gonna be talking how to dress modestly, fashionably. Now before I start off this video, I wanna make it very clear that modesty can just be one way that you find empowerment in your own body as an individual. Anyone can find empowerment within modesty or with nudity or with different like expressions of self. So whenever I say modesty, like, you know, hey, today I might be feeling modest, but tomorrow, I mean, like, hey, if it's time to be naked, it's time to be naked. But no matter what you wear, you have to feel comfortable in yourself, and you have to feel empowered and, you know, wonderful in anything that you put yourself in. Like, even if it's just a hoodie and jeans, or just shorts and a big old t-shirt, I'll be wearing those all day. You need to feel comfortable, and then when you feel comfortable, you feel safe. And that's what clothes is supposed to do for you, and it's supposed to make you feel how you truly want to feel. You are beautiful, your body is beautiful no matter what shape or color it is, and no matter how many stretch marks you have or acne. It doesn't mean you have to like them, but they are beautiful. But alright, this is a video about dressing modestly and fashionably, so let's get into it. So what does dressing modestly mean to you? Does it mean very minimal patterns to like little to expression? If that's the case, then this is not the video for you. Does it mean not showing your shoulder? Does it mean keeping your short length at a certain place? Does it mean not wearing pants at all? What does modesty mean to you? And when I ask that, I mean, what does it mean to you as an individual? It's not what your parents think. It's not what your church thinks. It's not what like Joe Schmo thinks down the street. It's not what your teachers think. What does modesty in your dress mean to you as an individual? You make the rules in your own body, in your own expression, and you need to find that within yourself. Don't let someone more than influence you to how you dress. You should be making your own rules for your own body that is comfortable to you. But now that you've thought of those answers for yourself as an individual, let's get into like some fun ways to be cute and modest at the same time, if that's what you're going for. Like, again, like, you know, sometimes I'm cute and nude and sometimes I'm cute and modest. Let's just make that very clear. Cute and nude. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is sleeves are not your enemy. I feel like when I was a kid, like, sleeves just wasn't it. Like, no one was wearing sleeves. Everyone was wearing spaghetti straps and tank tops, which, hey, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But I felt very difficult growing up being told to dress modestly, that, like, you know, there was very few selections for me. So I was constantly trying to get out of the house without wearing sleeves, or I was just stuck with the dreaded capped sleeve. I grew up Mormon, and those... The LDS Church needs to remember that cap sleeves is not the only sleeve. Like, don't put them on wedding dresses, Jesus. Now, you might be, like, you know, between the ages of, like, I don't know, 12 to 25, and you might feel a little restricted in your dress because all you think there is cap sleeves whenever, let's say, you feel like you should be wearing sleeves to a certain occasion, or someone might be telling you to wear sleeves. But, you know, this is a capped sleeve. And there's just, especially nowadays, we're starting to remember that capped sleeves is not the only sleeves. I'm seeing dresses actually being made and put into like brick and mortar stores and websites that like they have big old puffy sleeves, and it's really cute and fashionable. And one of the reasons why I got into sewing was so then I could create clothes that I'm comfortable in, especially whenever they weren't exactly being made when I was younger. It's wonderful to go to like thrift stores to find something that you're comfortable in, and you can rip sleeves off of things and you can put them on a different outfit. It's so wonderful, it's great. But if you were to search and be creative in oneself to see what kind of sleeves work best for your body type, what kind of sleeves is like, oh my goodness, this is like a treat, this is a statement piece, I want these puffy sleeves in my day, every day, then like, you know, that's perfect for you. Do you want a short cap sleeve? Do you want a long cap sleeve? It's just, know that there are different kinds of sleeves. There's so many options of sleeves, and you can create them, and you can find them, and you can find them in thrift stores, you know, like small boutiques. Sleeves are there for you, and they don't have to be your enemy. If you don't want sleeves, if they're restrictive, if it's weirding out your sensory, you don't have to have sleeves. Like, don't think that that has to be something for you to be modest in your own dress. There's different kinds of styles to where, like, you know, sleeves can be a little bit more on the baggier side. And just know that sleeves aren't your enemy, and there's so many different kinds of sleeves. Go find sleeves that are good for you, of course, if you want to. Now, growing up and still to this day, I love wearing skirts. I can't get enough of skirts. I don't often wear jeans. Despite wearing jeans today, I wear skirts as much as I can. And let me tell you, I love a mini skirt. Let's talk about ways to make mini skirts a little bit more safe for, like, let's say, like, someone who is younger. Safe as in, I mean, so you can still kick around and do your thing and then still climb trees and, like, you know, you're not, like, you know, getting caught on anything and think that maybe your skirt's gonna fly away. Does that make sense? So the things that I did when I was younger and still to this day to make a short or a mini skirt or even a normal whatever skirt you want to be wearing, to make it more like, you know, tactical, like spandex shorts underneath, tights, and socks. Socks doesn't just have to be around your ankle, they can go all the way up to your thigh. Like, you know, socks can be whatever you want them to be. I recently got these thigh-high socks on Etsy, and I'll have to put the link in the description because these things stay around my thighs all day long. I do not have to pull them up. It is wonderful and I love these. Now I have like colored thigh-high socks. I have just normal, usually white or black spandex to go underneath my skirts or even underneath my shorts if I think they're a little too short. Most of my shorts, like, you know, go to almost the exact same place on my thighs. I also used to always wear, and still do, like, wear a colored tight underneath my shorts or even my skirt. It just puts some more pizzazz into my outfits. I really love wearing like a pink like tight underneath just maybe like a white skirt or like, you know, matching it appropriately. I just think it makes it a lot cuter. And if you are in high school, if you're going to a school and you know you're dressing yourself every day, I always found it so much safer and wonderful if I wore spandex underneath my skirt because I'd be wearing my backpack and I don't know if this happened to other people, but my backpack would just kind of like slowly grab my skirt and pull it up and everyone would be seeing my underpants. But then if I was wearing spandex, which I often was, it was never really a problem. Just be like, oh, my bad. And you know, and spandex, you know, is normal attire. So then it's not a sin if people see it. So consider tights, thigh-high socks, even maybe knee-high socks, to kind of like cover up a little bit and make it a little bit more cute. But I always find it a lot of fun to like dress up in that way or dress down an outfit with like colored socks or colored tights. Ripped jeans or ripped outfits. So I remember walking out of the house when I was like, you know, 14 years old, and my parents immediately stopped me because they thought the rips on my shorts were too high up on my legs and they showed too much of my upper thigh. Honestly, I thought that was ridiculous. I'm just like, the shorts come down to where they need to be. You know, they had a certain set of rules of like, you know, what I needed to do with my clothing because like growing up LDS we had a certain set of rules, but I was obviously a little different than the other girls and I was not dressing like how they do. I was dressing a little bit more crazy, a little bit more like, you know, I was trying to be an emo kid in my emo phase, like let me be. But I remember them saying, you're not gonna leave this house unless you figure out a way to cover up your skin underneath the rips or just take them off completely and wear something else. And what I ended up doing, which is what I'm finding to be really fun and popular now, is I sewed fabric underneath the rips and I left the rest of the rips be from like, you know, the knee down. And I just had fabric underneath it. And honestly, it made the outfit a lot cuter and less like mainstream. I was just like, this is fun and this is cute. And I had those like, you know, I could have ripped out the fabric eventually, but I just kept them in until like, you know, I wore the shorts for like too many years and had to go donate them or something like that. You can always glue fabric underneath like, you know, ripped jeans, or you can make the rips yourself and then put the fabric underneath. You can even wear a colored tight underneath the jeans and then, you know, you see the colored underneath instead of like just your skin. There's just so many different ways that you can wear ripped jeans without having your skin being exposed. And I know some people aren't exactly comfortable with that but still want the ripped jean effect, but you know, now I'm fine with wearing ripped jeans. I'm not into ripped jeans, like, so I don't wear them. It was still a lot of fun to like kind of like discover some like creative aspects of like my wardrobe, and then just putting like fabric or even like a tight underneath, something like that. So then like, you know, I did stick out a little bit and I was creative in that way. And that's why I'm kind of a little bit grateful that like, you know, my parents like made me dress a little bit more modestly, because if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be as iconic as I am today. Alright, so now easy aesthetics that you might be going for in your life as of we speak right now that is easy to make modest, in my opinion. Now, I have been dressing vintage since I've graduated high school. Most of my clothes is secondhand, or it comes from vintage shops. Right now, I'm not in vintage right now, obviously. But then everything I am wearing is secondhand. The shirt is secondhand. These jeans are secondhand. And it's better for the world and the earth, you know, like on your like blue or like your handprint or whatever they call it. And vintage has always been like easier for me to like dress modestly, which is why I think I like turn to it, but also feeling really sexy as well. And that was important to me at one point, was being modest but also sexy. You didn't have to show off skin to be sexy, and that's what I think was something that was important to me and still is. Like, you know, I can still like, you know, be jaw-dropping, gorgeous, sexy, whatever, but you don't have to show your skin to do it. But you can also show your skin to do it. Do whatever you want. Now, while I was researching different kinds of aesthetics and things like that, I ran into Bohemian or Boho. And Boho just seems to be, I feel like, it's a little bit in style right now, and I feel like just a lot of people would feel comfortable with these like, you know, beautiful patterns and layers, and so many different kind of people can like, you know, wear stuff like this. And like, you know, they have the long skirts or the short skirts, the flowy layers and fabric and sleeves, and it's just something that I think a lot of people would like, and you can still be modest in it, and you know, you can dress it into all kinds of different occasions. It can be your true aesthetic if you want it to be, and so many different ways that you can like experiment with different like kinds of fabrics or like sleeve types. It's more on the baggier side, so I think it's a lot of fun and it's really cute. So I think boho can be something that's easy to make modest if you desire. Definitely something that I simply just can't get enough of, because that's just kind of like my color palette is like, you know, the choir pastel aesthetic. And you got girls like, you know, with the thigh-high socks, and you know, they're just playing with the sweatshirts or even some of the capped sleeves. They look okay. I will accept them. And it's just so easy to like, you know, make it modest, because you can wear the tights underneath these cute skirts or the spandex or the long socks. And there's just so many different ways to wear it. So many different kinds of like people can wear this kind of thing. You don't have to wear a skirt. You can wear just a normal pant. If you go to like the right places, you can find a pant that's perfect for you. Pastel can just be so much fun to bring out your creativity and like femininity. I feel like people just don't wear colors very much. I feel like people can be scared of colors, and that's when I'm like, Hawaii in the pastel is just kind of where we all need to be right now. Now, something that has been like really popular in the just world right now is like that gothic or e-girl aesthetic, like, you know, kind of Billie Eilish kind of esque going on. Now, she dresses very modestly, very baggy clothes that, you know, and she has made it very clear that, like, you know, you don't have to show off your body to be popular, but then also you can also feel good in yourself with, like, baggier clothes that isn't exactly, like, you know, too much color, but still fun with the black and white and the blacks and the reds. And going through some of these examples, I just thought it was so much fun, and kind of brings me back to the early 2000s and how people used to, like, you know, dress themselves in like that emo phase, or that, like, you know, scene phase is what I called it, but I obviously wasn't achieving that. I'm trying to show some examples to, like, you know, get your juices flowing, but your creative juices, that is. And before we move on to the next segment, is just don't be afraid of layers either. Layers can just be so much fun. Like, you know, put a jacket and a sweatshirt and a long skirt with tights, with boots, with the socks, with the, like, you know, just keep going. Like, you know, if the weather permits, just, like, you know, wear as much fabric to layers as you want. It is just so much fun and just, like, classy, and, like, you know, you can just go ham with it. Like, you know, you have the fabric, good, use it. Now here is something to where maybe some of you are more just in the mainstream, like, you know, you just kind of want to do whatever is popular and trendy now. There goes my pen. And I'll show some examples up here. If, let's say, it is a cropped shirt that shows a little bit like midriff and you're not exactly comfortable with that, you can always get a crop top in one size above, so then it doesn't show much of a midriff with your high-waisted shorts or your high-waisted pants, and you can still get that cropped effect, which is super cute and very framing to the body, but then, you know, you don't have to show off anything that you don't want to show off. You can always wear that tank top with a cardigan over top of that and still get that cute aesthetic. You're still very womanly and, you know, girl boss as it is. Instead of wearing something around like the hips, you can wear something high-waisted, so then you can still like tie it up around your breasts, but then not have to show the things that you want to show, like your belly button. There's just so many different layers and ways that you can, like, you know, make it modest. Like this one up here, I'd say is a very modest, modern aesthetic that a lot of people are wearing now. I'm one to wear the high-waisted pants with the crop top, so then, like, you know, I still get that aesthetic, but not exactly, like, you know, showing off my belly, because I'm not trying to show off my belly. My belly's for me right now. But that is the advice that I have for today. That is the advice that I have for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Just know that you are the holder of your own body and your own rules to it. You can do whatever you want with it as long as it is healthy. That you are your own ruler in your own self, and anything that you do to make yourself happy is good. But alright, everyone, like this video if you did. If you didn't subscribe to me, you'll get more of me. Alright, everyone, have a good day. Bye-bye. Mwah.